Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter and today I'd like to show you a display I made for Thrustmaster Ferrari F1 wheel. But before I start, I just wanted to say that I really hope you are doing well in these crazy times. It's pretty tough, but I'm sure we'll get through it eventually. Also, I'm sorry for no content recently, but I have quite a lot of stuff going on in my personal life and just simply didn't have the time to make the videos. Hopefully that will change in coming weeks. Okay, so back to the mod. This is just a small project that I made over the last weekend, but I quite like it, so decided to share it with you guys. It has 16 LEDs on the top for the engine revs, 2 sets of 3 LEDs for the racing flags, warnings, etc. And there's something extra, a bit unusual, which is a 0.96 inch OLED display in the middle. That is just displaying the gear as you race. I also made a template for the OLED screen in vertical orientation. So you've already seen the in-game gear indicator in the intro. Now the one you can see is when the SIM hub is not connected. But when I turn on the SIM hub application, it changes into an idle screen that displays the time and the date. For LEDs, I've set it to show the revs in green, red and blue. Then I have a low fuel warning on the right, yellow flag on both sides, and a blue flag on the left-hand side. There's also the RPM red line, which just blinks all the top LEDs in blue. There's loads of other options, but these are really all I need while racing. The assembly process is pretty straightforward, but there's one watch out. The mod will not work with either the Arduino Nano or the Pro Micro. The only board applicable for it is the Mega 2560 Mini, and the reason for this is that the OLED screen just requires too much memory, and this is the only small board that can handle it. It is slightly more expensive, but still you can get one for like £8 or something, so it's not that bad. The other parts you will need are 2 pieces of 8-bit WS2812 LED strips, these two here. Then we have 2 pieces of 3-bit LEDs, so these are the round ones here. The OLED screen in the middle here, and just a bunch of few wires. I strongly recommend using the silicone ones. 26 AWG will be just fine. You will also need a way to connect the USB cable, and I'm using this GX16 6-pin connector. Well, you have all the components, then it's just a matter of connecting a few cables together. So the first goes the 5 volt to both the screen and the LEDs, same for the ground wire. For the LEDs, we need to bring in the pin number D6 from Arduino into the DataIn pin of the LEDs, and then we connect all of the LEDs in series. And lastly, we have the SDA and SCL wires from the OLED screen to be connected to pins 20 and 21 on the Arduino. I'll put in a description all the pins, etc. But really, it's very straightforward, so I don't believe any of you will have any issues at all to make one of these. To fit the mod on the wheel, first you need to take off this dummy metal plate on the front. But first of all, make sure to keep the screws, because then they are being used to hold the mod on the wheel. And secondly, make sure to remove it carefully, because this metal plate is covered with double-sided tape on the back. You will also need to drill a 5mm hole in the wheel plastic just to slide in the wires, and then cut a piece of plastic inside the wheel so we are able to fit in the Arduino, like so. Lastly, I have made a small modification for my quick release mod that holds the 6-pin connector on the bottom here. On the back of it, I used a micro USB cable that just goes inside along the wheel body and comes out in the middle of the wheel. So here's my USB cable, and then I simply connect it to the Arduino inside the wheel. And it all just holds in place and fits inside without any issues at all. So I made these 3D files available for free, but if you'd like the display template, Arduino code and some additional assembly instructions, I'm happy to email them for a very small donation that will just help me fund the future projects. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Keep safe, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye!